This meme was actually low-key on point. I mean, not directly on point, but it was pretty damn close. I'm talking about we may have just made the greatest discovery of our human existence so far. This is the Khafre Pyramid, and in the latest radar scan, they found a huge structure that was underneath and stretched between all three of these pyramids. I'm talking about 2 kilometers in depth. This is how deep this structure goes. Yeah, that's the Burj Khalifa, and this is what we're talking about. Exactly. Directly inside the pyramid, they scanned and found that there were 5 identical structures that were all geometrically connected. And underneath that, as we begin to go underground, there are 8 identical cylinders that are all hollowed out with this spiral staircase basically going around it. Now, this looked like some type of energy technology type of thing to me. I ain't no scientist, I'm not no technological expert, but I know some conducting shit when I see one. The cylinders alone was to be 648 meters. Then on top of that, it all came down connected into these 2 gigantic fucking cubes. These cubes are 80 by 80 meters. Now this stretches and connects underground between all 3 pyramids. And you could tell me that Tesla's not onto something. I'm talking about Elon, the dweeb. I'm talking about Nikola Tesla. Tesla was one of the first people to come out and say, no, they're onto something with the pyramids. Some with the triangle structures that had some sort of energy. Everyone was like, no, the Egyptians were stuck in the Stone Age. No type. Slaves built that. And now, as you can see, this is an intricate scientific type of build that is built by people that were far more advanced than we give them credit for. Now the question is, will Egypt let us come excavate and explore more? Because most of the time, Egypt's like, yeah, no, these are historical 7 wonders of the world. You're not touching them. But now, with this latest radar scan, it's like, wait a second, this could be an energy hub that we have not tapped into. We need to excavate. I'm so happy I wasn't proven right, because it's not like I knew that what was going on, but I always had a feeling, I was looking like, they just build this as a tomb for one motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have been a great guy. But there was obvious reasons that there was these 3 right here in this specific point. And when you look at the math and the science, you're like, they was something. And I'm proven. 2 kilometers in depth. I can't get over this. That's mad deep underground. Like, that's crazy. How'd they even get down that far? And then to build identical structures, connect them with cubes, there's some type of wiring around the cylinders. It's like, yo, they was geniuses, son. We gotta stop playing with them. We need to go to Egypt immediately. I need more answers, because this is very interesting. What if we just unlock free energy for the world? That probably would not be good for us, because all of a sudden this will go into disappearance and it will no longer be a thing. And next thing you know, somebody dying. But for now, greatest discovery of my lifetime, this shit is insane. So you tell me this whole time this meme was actually low-key?
For the rest of the videos I'm about to show.
5 companies that have been sued for causing cancer. Number 1 is Starbucks, who was sued for containing acrylamide, which is a toxin that is formed when the coffee beans are roasted. Acrylamide has been linked to DNA damage and multiple types of cancer. Number 2 is Colgate, who was sued for containing lead, which is strongly linked to multiple types of cancer. Number 3 is Johnson & Johnson, who was sued for containing asbestos in their talcum powder. Number 4 is Cheerios, who was sued for containing a pesticide known as glyphosate, which has been strongly linked to multiple cancers. And finally, number 5, Old Spice deodorant, who was sued for containing benzene, which is also strongly linked to multiple types of cancer. The solution to avoiding these chemicals is by choosing natural products or using brands that offer lab testing.
90s and 2000s kids aren't just nostalgic for the past, we're grieving a world that doesn't even exist anymore.
And
a
probably
world that
never will.
vanished before we could actually experience it as adults. We experienced life outside of everyday content consumption. It was making memories, it was being present. And a special thing about creating those memories is that we used to have boredom. Boredom used to help create creativity and imagination beyond our wildest dreams. And even though we were younger and we had less responsibilities, it was in creating those moments that became a thing of impact. That sense of freedom connect us with the real world outside of every day having to feel connected through social media and doom scrolling. Because reality check, we're consuming a whole lot more, but we're appreciating a lot less. And that's why there's so much novelty with the childhood that is gone, but it will never be forgotten.
Let's just take a look at this.
I'm going to say something which will make me sound like a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist, but look it up. The Federal Reserve is not federal. The Federal Reserve has shareholders. It is not a federal organization. The U.S. Federal Reserve Bank, the shareholders of it are the banks themselves.
It's as federal as Federal Express.
Bingo. So here you have a regulatory body controlled by the entities that it is regulating. The systems are too big, right? Everyone's always like, oh, Biden, oh, Trump. Well, the problem's not the president. The problem is the presidency itself, the seat. When the Constitution was drafted and the seat of the American president was formed, human beings had never traveled faster than a horse could carry them. The country was tiny. There was no such thing as telecommunications. So today, almost 250 years later, we expect to be able to elect one person who's so talented that they can educate all of our children. And they can manage the nation's economy. And they can be the military leader of the planet. And they can... That person doesn't exist. There is no one human being that's going to come in here and magnifically wait. The systems are too big. We've got to rethink it. We got to pause and be like the Democrats and the Republicans, everybody's pointing fingers. But if you look at the data, the U.S. federal deficit goes up every single year, no matter who's president, no matter what party is in control of Congress. We're $32 trillion in debt. That debt will never be repaid.
No.
Who's going to repay it? Who do we even owe the debt to?
The last reaction that we had reacted to, somebody had posted this in the comment section. So when I heard that video, it automatically made me think of this picture. And at the top, it said like Democrats versus Republicans. And it's basically you choosing between the lesser evil. So it's either you're voting for Molech or you're voting for Baal. And whoever you vote for is going to be in term for the next 4 years.
Kenny the Jet Smith and Charles Barkley. That 5-point play may loom huge. Not really. You don't think so? Nah, man, let me tell you something. The Knicks played as bad as they could play, and they're only down 5 points. You can talk about this play. The Knicks, they came out bad. Spurs came out strong. For them to only be down 5 at the halftime, they might as well be up. Well, without a last play, it would be 10. Well, yeah, I know that. But I'm saying, you can just tell, what's interesting about this game, the New York Knicks don't win the championship tonight. They've only played about 7 good minutes of basketball. They've shot 29.
Yeah, but it's not.
He's headed our way. You getting this? He's headed our way.
Into people's heads, to get into their minds, dumb them down, and produce what I call chattel and sheeple. This is why the Jews and the Muslims will not eat swine, simply because if they're dumb enough to eat swine and become a swine, because you are what you eat, that's how they've turned humanity into swine. They give you beef so that you can be a chattel, part of their property. They give you mutton so you can be a sheeple. They give you fish so you can be in the element of water, ignorant. The Egyptians never ate fish because they said, well, why? We become stupid when you eat fish, because they're dumb. They come from an element which is unknown to us. We don't operate in that element, so we shouldn't eat from that element. Rabbits make you a rabbit. run like a rabbit. Chicken, so you can be chicken-livered coward. Goat, so they can make you a sacrificial goat and a scapegoat. This is all done deliberately. And not only have they genetically modified all the breeds that we recognise, the Roman elite, they hybridised the wild hog with human DNA and made the pink conventional pig that we have out of human DNA. It's the lowest, absolute.
Failure to oversee what was going on, letting Wall Street run wild. I think you needed any more evidence than what you see now. I think you needed any more evidence than what you see now. I think you needed any more evidence.
From AI company Anthropic, the company warns the technology is moving so quickly that we actually need to pause its development before AI can just build itself and before humans lose complete control over it.
What it would look like is these AI systems making new versions of themselves without any human input. And then at that point, if they are running on their own, on a computer system or on someone's phone, they could maybe do some, mechanisms that we are not ready for them to do yet. And the idea now is that humans are in charge of how these AI systems improve themselves. Humans get to decide what they want to do to make these algorithms and these models more sophisticated. So what Anthropic has described here is a process in which the AI gets better and better to the point where it improves itself. And they think that that is a little scary and something that the whole world should know about, because if we know about it now, maybe as a society, we can decide to slow AI research down.
They're making our food out of people. Next thing, they'll be breeding us like cattle for food. You gotta tell them. You gotta tell them.
Promise, Tiger, I promise. I'll tell the exchange.
You tell everybody. Listen to me, Hatcher. You gotta tell them. Silent breed is people!
So this is at the end of the film, right? And everyone knows the famous line at the end of the film where he screams, "It's made of people." But that's not even the most shocking part. The absolute error was ignoring the timeline. The movie is literally set in the year 2022. Think about that. Total inflation, dying oceans, a society forced to eat synthetic. It's all run by one massive global corporation. Some say they didn't write a script.
Ini baru kali ini.
Enggak juga gitu. Saya ini sampai tua ini baru saya lihat begini. Iya. Saya ini masih dalam ketangka ada. Ini baru saya lihat. Tapi kayaknya dia seturun.
It's definitely something weird. I don't know if it's a UFO, but whatever it is, it's weird. Alright, they're saying these are guards behind the ice wall. Why does this look so real though?
Там дальше, видите? Вверх идет.
Они что-то вывозят. Нам еще эти круглые типа. Пока там.
Тихо, вниз.
And they spotted.
Не трогайте ее! On the ground, now!
I mean, they ain't playing the Antarctic Treaty.
Did you know that there are over 6,000 shipwrecks in the Great Lakes? Let's talk about it. As well as a whole bunch of airplanes that still have human remains in them. Did you know that there are over 6,000 shipwrecks in the Great Lakes? Let's talk about it. As well as a whole bunch of airplanes that still have human remains in them. This is how many shipwrecks there are in literally just Lake Michigan alone. And that's not even close to all of them. This is the Edmund Fitzgerald when it was above water. And this is the back half of it when it's completely submerged. I hate everything about this. A whole bunch of people also say that that ship is haunted. Divers love checking that place out and just go